afternoon, good morning, good evening, Fabulites. All right. So I got late for Daytime Divas yesterday. So I just got to watch the beginning today, just now. So I got a question for you. What opens with Mo and Leon hitting that spot in Max's spot? And what closes with Max saying that she is gonna get before she got? If you guess Daytime Divas, episode 3, blind items, then you are correct. Thank you for clicking. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. And please do stick around for my review recap of Daytime Divas. So let's see how we got from opening to closing. Look, I'm trying to project because the lawn is being cut. And you know that's kind of loud. But we got to get it in where we fit it in. I got a 2 o'clock. So I got like 2 minutes to record 2 videos. But we gonna make it work, right? Because that's what we do. We make it work. We make it happen. We gets it done. So Mo and Leon are in the left chair. Y'all know that's the head chair on the set of the lunch hour. And they are doing the do while Mo is watching herself in a Moto Mo segment that Leon has produced and put together for her. And there is a lunch hour discussion going on about the female gaze while Max is steadily fiddling with her chair. Oh, I need to turn the air on a little bit. Max is steadily fiddling with her chair. You know what chair that is. The chair where they was doing the do, trying to get the chair, you know, to that sweet spot. She says to the audience, you know, every chair has a sweet spot, and I can't get my adjustable chair to the sweet spot. But they already done got her chair to the sweet spot and probably jacked it up. So yeah, her chair is probably jacked up from the shenanigans that they had going on. Them old shenanigans. So it keeps going real low. And she tries standing up. Oh, sitting is the new cancer or something. Some foolishness she says, but she ends up sitting back down. And it is so funny. She is sitting at the table and everybody else looks like a grown-up. And she looked like a little kid sitting at the grown-up's table. And it is funny because it's the lunch hour. So it's like, you know how you have a kiddie table and she at the grown-up table, but she a kiddie. You probably had to be there to get that joke. Meanwhile, Mo is explaining her Moto Mo segment and selling it to the ladies and on the panel and to the audience or whatever. And she gives some props and some camera time to Leon. She say, let's put the gaze on Leon. Woo, he's so cute and he's the best producer out here. Yes, he's the best PA, production assistant out here. And then they have a shot of Leon, you know, smiling or whatever. And homegirl Ramona, who's the production assistant who really does, you know, the work and gets blamed for everything or whatever. She's standing there looking disgruntled, wearing a shirt that says girl power. Po thing, po baby. And there's some tension, you know, that probably like the usual tension between Mo and Max. They have a tense exchange. But it's not really anything new because it seems like that's what they do, you know, Max and Mo. And then Max tears into Ramona at the end of the show as she's walking off about the chair and her missing mug. And then we see Max and Sean. I wonder if that grass is bothering me. Then we see Max and Sean, you know, they walking through the hall and talking and into Mama Max's office. And Max is complaining about her missing mug. Her pajama jeans are missing. And this is missing and that's missing, something else. And, you know, Sonny Boy don't really understand. But Max explains to him that little things become big. So she don't know what's going on and why. But something is not right. She knows that. And Sonny Boy Sean is excited because he has booked Rihanna Anna. It's an exclusive booking. He beat out The View and The Real and everybody else for Thursday. He's so excited. He's exciting, I guess, to somebody too. But he's so excited. And then we see him going to Mo, and he's checking her about going rogue on the show and talking about your Moto Mo segment and promoting your stuff and insulting Max. Don't do that. That's what, you know, Sonny Boy says to Mo. Then we see Mo in Max's space while Max's hair is being done, and Heather has joined Mo as she's entering Max's space, and Heather is like, you apologizing? And Mo is like, nope, not my style. Max, guess who I heard from? Anna. And then Max is like, yeah, she used to be my assistant who I promoted to producer. I guess she explained that to Heather because everybody else knows her. She's a hard worker. This is what Max is saying about Anna. She wanted to be on camera. She's very smart, but so uncouth. I guided her into reporting. I got her set up at the LA Times. And then Mo and Max and the hairdresser are laughing and dogging out Anna's appearance and style and everything. And then Mo is like, she had a face for podcast. And now she's back in town at the New York Post, or I don't know what paper they said, but she's at a paper in New York. And she's writing a book about you, Max. You want me to give her an interview? And that's basically the end of that scene. But then we see Max calling Anna, and she says that she is insisting that Anna allows Max to take her out for a drink. And then we see Nina and Sonny Boy at work, and Nina is like, everyone has gone home, and Sonny Boy is like, you haven't told hubby about the baby? And Nina is like, I have 8 months to tell Andrew about the baby, and the election is in 8 months. And Kibby sees Sonny Boy and Nina sexing. They just making out. They not having sex, but they're, you know, they really getting it in. And so Nina knows this ain't no, you know, this ain't nothing brand new. They are not brand new to this. They true to this. They not new to this, you know, making out. They true to this. Okay, so then we see Max and Anna at the restaurant, and Anna is brand new. She is got new hair, new teeth, new look, and a new attitude. And Max is trying to get control of that biography project. And she offers to connect Anna with a publisher. And Anna already has a publisher. And Max meets up with, so, you know, then this is a whole nother scene, but Max meets up with Anna's publisher, calls her or whatever, and you know, she's like, I gotta be able to see the chapters before they get published. I gotta know what's going on. And the publisher is like, nah, that wouldn't be right, blah 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 blah. But if you get my girl Kelly on the show on Thursday, her book drops. It has to be Thursday. It can't be Friday. It can't be next Wednesday. Because Max is like, look, you know, I want them pages. We gonna get them pages, but we can't have her on Thursday because Rihanna is coming on Thursday. But next Wednesday, boom, she can come. And the publisher is like, nah, it's gotta be Thursday, or you want them pages, it's gotta be Thursday. So that's basically where they go with that. So Kelly Osbourne is gonna be on the show. That's the end of their exchange. Yeah, problem is Rihanna is already booked. And the publisher is like, make it work, boo. Make it work. If you want these chapters, you're going to do what you got to do. Then we see Nina's hubby calling while she's at work. And he's like, you know, I'm into this insemination thing now. And the app says that right now is the right time for your insemination, Nina, let's make an appointment. And Nina is like, oh, you want to come on the appointment? No, it would be just too much pressure for me. But it's just a turkey baster thing. I will call you right after I go. Oh, you love me? Cool. Psst, I love you too. You see, Sonny Boy Sean is listening in on all of this, so she trying to be cool. Okay, so then we see Mo in Heather's office with the 2 kids. We could roll the window down now and turn off the air. Okay, so then we see Mo in Heather's office with the 2 kids and hubby and baby boy, you know, the little boy who, you know, he's got a very pronounced and very energetic feminine side. He wants to, he like, what are those? Talking about the lashes. And then once he hears what the lashes are, he wants to try them. Somebody else is mowing their lawn. I guess this is just the opportune time for lawn mowing. He wants to know what they are, and then the husband is like, let's go get ice cream, because he not into this. He not into this. He not new to it or true to it. And then Sonny Boy confronts Nina about her insemination appointment. And then we see Kibby at an AA meeting, and she's talking about secrets. And she says, even at my workplace, 2 of my co-workers are hooking up. And then someone at the meeting immediately is typing it into their phone, and they scoop the story, and the story hits page 6. That's the gossip page. And then in the makeup room, where all of the ladies except for Max, I don't think Max is in that room, but in the hair and makeup lady room, they all chit chat, getting their hair done or whatever, and the story is read, and Heather is like, I wonder who's hooking up here, and Nina is like, I don't know. And then Max is like, no sex with co-workers, she's telling the staff or whatever, and no leaking info, and no stealing my wig. So now her wig is missing. Okay, so then we see Moto Mo, and they taping a segment, and they like, oh, we going out. Mo is like, we going out to Heather's house, y'all. She the white Christian blind lady who live out in the suburbs. We in Connecticut or whatever, yeah. And they get to the house, and she's like, there are no black people here except for the nanny. And then the nanny and the kids come out of the house almost on cue, and she goes up to the nanny and the 2 kids, and baby boy is in a tutu, and Mo chats with the kids. What you got on the dress for, boy? He's like, because it makes me feel pretty. And she like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Is your mom at home? She kind of engages with him, but she don't seem to really be stressed about it or shocked or anything. She seems to take it in stride. But anyway, the children are leaving. They go, Mo and Leon go to the house. Mo is ringing the bell. Nobody's answering. She opens the door. Yoo-hoo! Nobody says anything. It's unlocked. She like, ha ha ha, that's how things are here in the suburbs. She taping her segment of Moto Mo. And then the door is locked, and we hear one of their paddle sessions going on. So Mo is like, Leon, you gotta go. But Mo don't leave. She sneaks in and sees Heather being paddled. But then she kind of like, oh shoot, she done seen enough or a lot or whatever, but she's backing up. And then Heather, meanwhile, has turned the paddle on her husband. She turned the paddle on hubby, and she like, because maybe he said something about, if you were a good wife and a good Christian mother, your child wouldn't be a freak. And Heather's like, what? Give me that paddle. Our child is not a freak. If you can't love and accept the child that God gave us, then you should be spanked. And then Heather and the hubby run into Mo sneaking out of the house, because maybe Heather is chasing hubby, and he runs out, and then they see Mo sneaking out the house, and Mo is like, hey, what's up? I was just, and then okay, bye. It's kind of an awkward situation. So then we're in Max's office with Sonny Boy, and Sonny Boy is like, Rihanna was supposed to be here on Thursday, and Max is like, well, what happened is that her people canceled, so we were lucky enough to be able to book Kelly Osbourne. Yay! And he like, why ain't they come to me? I don't understand. And Max is like, sometimes folks are afraid to come to you. Like, anybody gonna come to her instead of Sonny Boy? Come on now. So then we see Mo in wardrobe, and Heather comes in, and she's like, I'm sorry you saw what you saw yesterday. And Mo is like, hey, if you like it, I love it. A kinky 3-way with God, that's cool. As long as you are happy. You happy? As long as it's working for you. Is it working for you? Then I'm cool with it, and that's kind of how they leave it. And then we see the segment with Kelly Osbourne. It's funny. She's done it's like a book about like a coffee table book about her hair, different hairstyles, and it's all pictures of her hair, and it's called Hairpiece, sort of like selfies, and it's her artistic expression. And then the publisher felt like, well, we can't just publish pictures of your different hair, we need some words. And so then she wrote hairkus, not haikus, they're hairkus, and it's a mess. It's a mess. The book, the interview, it's an awful experience for the viewers, for the interviewers. The only person who seemed to be comfortable and happy and enjoying the situation is Kelly Osbourne. But it was funny. But you know, it was a no-go. You know, it wasn't really a go. And so they had to, you know, in the back end, they had to figure out, they had to fill space. They had to cut that interview short, and then they had to fill something in. So what they did have on deck and ready to go was Moto Mo. So there's a segment, a Moto Mo segment that goes, and Mo is really excited about that. Sonny Boy is checking Max. Later on, we see Sonny Boy checking Max about bumping Rihanna, who went to The View. And Sonny Boy is, Max is like, well, I had to do it because, you know, I owed somebody a favor and I just had to do it. But I think that it's cool that Sonny Boy knew what was going on eventually. Then we see Kibby going to Max and confessing about being the leak. And Max is like, no more AA meetings. And who is it? And Kibby is like, I can't reveal who it is, because I want my privacy. And if I reveal their privacy, then I won't have privacy. Then we see a finishing up of the lunch hour show. And Nina's husband has shown up for the sperm donor insemination appointment. And so they, you know, going to the appointment, they getting on the elevator, and then he like stopped the elevator because, you know, he asking her questions, he chit-chatting with her, and he stopped the elevator because he knows she pregnant already, and he confronts her. And her position was basically like, she gonna ride this lie until the wheels fall off. So she was just, she wasn't, she didn't look like she was crashing under pressure or anything. And then Andrew is like, you will stay married to me until I am in Congress for 1 or 2 years, and then we'll get an amicable divorce. Maybe. Or not. I may say that we are divorcing because of my wife's heartbreaking infidelity. But we will end on my term, or I'll have to let it out what you did as a hungry, young journalist. So then that's basically the end of that segment. Then we're at Heather's house, and she's with her husband. And Heather is like, you know what? Christian domestic discipline, it's not working for me anymore. None of this is. If you can't accept our child, and hubby is like, I'm not leaving my house. And Heather is like, of course not. Move your shit in the basement. Like right now, move it in the basement. So that's the end of that segment. And then we're in Max's office, and Kibby gets gifted a sober coach from Max. So instead of going to AA, this person is going to follow you around, support you, and help you. And so Sonny Boy comes to get Max, and because there's some security footage that's been discovered, and you know, we can see Maxine has been missing the stuff, and they find the thief. I thought they found the thief, but maybe not. But they find footage of Mo and Leon doing the do in the left chair. So then we see Kibby confessing to Nina that she was the leak, and that she saw Nina and Andrew making out. But this confession is interrupted by Mo being fired, and Max's happy dance. Ooh, y'all, Mo, she kicked up so much dirt when she got fired. She, what up? You can't fire me. I'm gonna call out all your run. They dragging her out, and Mo is like, you know what this is? Max is like, you know what this is? And Mo is like, no. And Max is like, it's my firing Mo happy dance. Ha ha! You fired? Ha ha! But she's smoother than that. Y'all know I'm in the chair, and I didn't, you know, study the choreography. But the point is that Max was very happy to fire Mo. Y'all, did y'all see Mo getting fired? Okay. And then, okay. So then we find out that Ramona, the production assistant, is the thief of Max's stuff. That's, you know, and she's like, she's on the phone, she's talking about, or she's somewhere, she's talking to herself. They're only gonna give me $60 for this mug. It's got her lipstick on it. And then, you know, she's like, if only they had given me the promotion. She seemed a little cuckoo. And then we see Anna out someplace getting dirt on Maxine. You know, it started last, at the end of the last episode, she was at the doorman getting information. She all over town getting dirt on Maxine. And I think in that scene, you know, with when Anna was getting the dirt, I didn't take notes because I was watching at the same time. But it's like, you know, the person, she was so like, well, Maxine is so nice. And the guy is like, well, I could tell you some things that aren't so nice. And Anna's like, really? She's not nice? I mean, I don't know. Is that true? And, you know, Max has said that she had taught, one thing she says she taught Anna is how to get the dirt. And we can see that Anna is a skilled dirt getter. And then we see Max and the doorman. I don't know the doorman's name. I don't remember. But you know she has a thing with the doorman. So she came in and she's like, if you get a chance, black doorman, I need some help with so-and-so. You know, and she struts upstairs. And then the doorman comes up and he's reassuring Max that Anna isn't going to find anything. And I think Max is particularly concerned about some information about her ex-husband or something. And then Max is like, Anna is not going to get me. I'm going to get Anna! And that's the end of the episode. This is a mess. It's a lot of drama that happens in just one episode, right? It'd be all kinds of stuff going on. And I didn't even capture anything. Are you watching? Are you in love with Daytime Divas? I am so enjoying it. But anyway, beautiful, wonderful, fabulous people, thank you so much for being here, liking, commenting, subscribing. And you know what I want you to do today and always? Be you, be fabulous you. Mwah.